haven't introduced you guys to my baby. His name is Emmanuel, but I call him Nino all the time. I never really call him by his name, but he's not gonna cooperate today. I even did his hair and everything. He has his mom as his glam squad. So this is going to be a Q&A on what it's like being a new mom. I asked you guys on Instagram and also Snapchat to send me all the questions that you guys have regarding, you know, being a new mom for those of you girls who are currently pregnant or who want to have babies in the future, or just you're fucking bored, I don't know. That's one of the issues you're going to have to deal with as a mom. Especially if you're trying to do YouTube or something. Dude, it's difficult. I can just start off by saying that without even reading any questions. It is very fucking hard to be a mom and trying to pursue your career at the same time, but it's not impossible. First question, was your baby planned? My baby was 100% planned. Me and his dad both decided at the same time that we wanted to have a baby. I had always wanted to be a young mom. I wanted to be a mom at 21. I don't know if it's like a Latina thing or not, but I just kind of felt in my heart that it was right for me to have a baby. I felt like I wanted to stop being selfish and provide somebody else all of my attention. So much different when you're thinking about having a baby, and then when you're going through the process of, oh, I'm gonna have a baby, and then the after process of, oh shit, I'm a mom. Do you breastfeed? I do not breastfeed. I breastfed for the first month of his life. It was too much of a stress for myself. I felt like I wasn't even enjoying the time with the baby because of how difficult breastfeeding was, and it didn't really fit with my type of lifestyle. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped. I was pumping also very often as well. It just hurts so much. You still constantly have to get up in the mornings if he cries, or does he cry less? Well, when he was a newborn, he would wake up 3 to 4 times a night, so I literally had no type of sleep. But I would say from 5 months and on, because he's 7 months now, he just turned 7 months yesterday, he slept all through the night. But it's crazy because like last night, he actually woke up twice in the middle of the night, which is weird. I don't know if he's going through like a growth spurt and he's just super hungry in the middle of the night. Or I don't know if it's the time change, I don't know. Do people ever try to tell you how to be a mom? No, nobody has ever told me like, hey Jenny, like this is what you need to do, you're doing this wrong. I think people kind of have that respect towards me. They know that I'm a responsible person. Obviously I'm still really young, so I do slack off on a lot of things, but I think the only people that correct me, I guess you could say, would be like my mom. But I keep an open mind with my mom because, again, you know, Mexican moms have this certain way of how to raise your child, and we live in different times now. I'm a different person. My husband's a different person. You know, different times we're going to raise our child differently. But like I said, I just always keep an open mind. But, you know, obviously when I'm here at my house, I decide to raise him however I want because he's my child, obviously. What's something you dislike about being a mom? I know everyone says kids are cute, but come on, we all have our moments. I would probably have to say the freedom part. You can't just get up and go anymore. Like, you can get up and go, but you have to plan ahead, like leaving him with a babysitter, arranging a time in between when the babysitter can watch him, arranging time around work. And it's a lot of hassle. Obviously, it's not impossible. That's what's cool about it. But we don't leave him with anybody besides my mom or his mom because I don't trust anybody enough for me to go out and like have a drink or something while he's at home with somebody that I don't know what the fuck could be doing to him. So on that part is what I find really, really difficult. When will you have your next baby? I'm not planning to have another baby within, I would say, maybe the next 4 to 5 years. It's just too much on me right now, especially with the career path that I have set for myself. Me and my husband both have plans for our future and things like that. We didn't think that having a baby was going to be as difficult as we thought it would be. And I'm pretty sure every single parent feels that way. And if they don't feel that way, They probably just have too much pride to admit it. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to deal with now and in the future. Like, there's never a right time to have a baby, but I would strongly recommend to have a baby with somebody who is mature, smart, obviously going to be a good father figure to your son, and a good partner for yourself as well. Don't try to have a baby to lock someone down, because that really never works anything out. And if you have to lock someone down to like be with them, you shouldn't be fucking with that person like in the first place. How was your first month of having your new baby? Did you get postpartum? I'm just a very emotional person, so that kind of didn't really come as a surprise to me, but I wasn't like super duper 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 depressed to where I was like having suicidal thoughts and shit like that. But the first month as a new mom was a fucking slap in the face, because I was sleep deprived. I didn't know if I was doing something right or not. I did stay at my mom's for like a week and a half for the first week of my baby's life, because I had no idea what to do. But I caught on pretty quick on what to do. The only thing was that I really couldn't believe that after I went through a childbirth, I had to take care of my baby, obviously because he's my kid. But as a new mom, it kind of hits you sideways, because you're just like, what? I have to change his diaper type of thing? It's so stupid for me to even say that, but I guess girls kind of tend to have this image of what it's like to be a mom. This like cute fucking fairy tale, oh my god, like mother and son moment, like mother and son outfit of the day. Oh my god, look, they look so cute together. And that's not how it is. You can't really base an idea off Instagram or what you see on TV or what you see online, because people aren't really straight up about what it's really like. A lot of people tell me, dude, how are you so successful? You look like you don't even struggle. I don't put up 100% of my life. I only put up like 25 to 30%. People kind of base this idea off of your life just through what you post on Instagram. That's why sometimes when people come at me try to act like they know my life, dude, like you really don't know me. Like you're watching what I'm posting. Is it hard to smoke since most of the time you're with your baby? Yes, it is. I usually take advantage when my mom or his mom watches him, or when Emmanuel decides to take care of him for the day. Then that's when I have my time, because having your time is so important being a mother. Did you ever regret being a mom? If so, why? And was it difficult to make changes in your life if you had to make any? I am the type of person that doesn't like to sit in regret, because regret is just a very strong and depressing word that you can't change a certain part of your life because it's already happened. There's no point in sitting here and regretting something that you've done, because at that moment it felt right, and there's nothing wrong with doing what you felt was right at the time. And whether it was right or wrong, you always have to make it a right. Does that make sense? I don't know, I'm kind of crazy. I just don't like to regret things. I don't regret becoming a mom, but what I did felt was that I didn't feel like I had the right mindset to have a baby just yet. But at the time when I wanted to have a baby, I felt like I did have the right mindset. So I felt like I had to grow up like this. I kind of had an idea, but in reality, nobody does. Whether it's me or your sister or a cousin who's having a baby, you really don't know what it's like until you go through it. I would say the hardest changes that I had to make was to completely give up a lot of things that I would normally do, because I have to stay at home and take care of my baby. At the end of the day, it's so cliche when people say this, but once you see your baby and stuff like that, it just makes it so much worth it. Sometimes it doesn't make sense though, and this is coming from a mom to another mom. From a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think being a mother is? I would say a 10. Has your baby had explosive shits, the kind that run down their legs and their back? Yes, he has those occasionally, at least like once a week, because sometimes he'll be backed up for a few days and he won't shit, and then he'll shit and it's all over his back, all over his stomach. And then when I'm like changing him, he'll like touch the diaper, or like he'll just touch something, or like he'll move his feet, so his shit gets all over his hands and his feet. So by that time I'm just like, let me just wipe him down and then I'll bathe him, because it's just too much of a mess. when I went to Mexico, because I went to Mexico about a week ago, we went to Michoacan, and of course, like, I knew this was gonna happen, and Emmanuel called it too. He was like, dude, he's like, I'm pretty sure the baby is gonna shit on the plane. So we get on the plane. Literally, I'm the type of person that doesn't like to use the bathroom when we're in the plane because I don't know, it's just too small, it smells, it's disgusting. I just can't fuck with airplane bathrooms. And then we were on the plane, and of course he starts to shit, the whole plane starts to smell. So I go and I change him, and I didn't even have wipes. I forgot my wipes inside of the valise because I didn't take it with me on the carry-on. So I had to use the paper towelettes and put a little bit of water. He had lanitas all over his little ass. Like, it was just a fucking mess. And then when we were coming back, he shit again. And this time it was low-key kind of diarrhea. So again, it made the whole plane stink. Well, let me check it. Oops. Shit. Papas! What's wrong with you, my love? I had to get him because he was kind of being wild over there. He was on his andadera. But I'm telling you, he just wants to be doing travesuras. Mira! Mira, mira. Choo-choo TV! Choo-choo TV! Did you see that? I can't even like block him. Look.
What does he do that frustrates the shit out of you?
When I'm changing him, like after the bath, and like I have his onesie ready, like his lotion, because I put 2 lotions on him. And I put his little talquito, his socks, everything. I like to make sure that I deck him out like after the shower. And he's starting to do this thing where he doesn't want me to change him. He doesn't want me to dry him. He doesn't want me to comb his hair. He doesn't want me to clean his ears. He just doesn't want me to do anything. So he'll like flip over butt naked and he just won't let me. And I think that's the one thing that really bothers me is when I'm trying to change him and he does that. Or when he's shitting, dude, if he does that.
Do you miss life before being a mom?
At times I do. I think what I miss the most is just being able to just get up and go. That's the only thing. But, you know, I don't miss all the bullshit that you deal with when you're not, which is kind of like wasting time. I feel like now that I'm a mom, I don't waste any type of time because whenever he's down for a nap, I'm like, I better take advantage of this hour or 30 minutes or whatever it is. So I manage my time a little bit more wisely than I did before. I felt like before I was lazy and I just felt lonely most of the time because whenever he's asleep for too long, I feel really lonely. Was it the pizza?
Yeah.
We ordered pizza.
How was your sleep before and after the baby? Your hours?
I totally forgot about that. I was the type of person that used to sleep in literally for like 10 to 12 hours. I kid you not. I would sleep in and take naps. I like to eat and then go to sleep. I just didn't give a fuck about what time it was. I'm sleeping in. And now with the baby, it's like, it's not whenever you want to sleep in. It's whenever he wants to wake up, it's time to wake up. And obviously, if he's hungry in the middle of the night, you have to wake up. So your schedule is literally on their schedule. Whatever it is they want kind of has to be that way. Sometimes I do have days where I'm just like, dude, not today. Please, just no. Like, it almost feels like I'm waking up from a nightmare or something. And I love my sleep, you know? And on the days like that, and I'm like really desperate, I'll ask Emmanuel to watch him. Like, dude, can you just take him, watch him for 1 more hour so that way I can, like, you know, sleep in an extra little hour.
How's your badge?
Well, I should ask you that.
No, you know your badge. How is it?
Oh, well, I mean, how it looks, I guess it looks the same.
After the baby.
I mean, it stretched out a tiny little bit, but he was kind of small. But I was kind of referring to how is it? Is it loose?
Like, yeah, like, I don't know, like the stretch out and shit.
I'm asking you.
I honestly don't see a difference, to be honest with you.
What about feel?
It feels the same.
Really?
I don't really see a difference.
Like I don't feel loose?
No, it feels the same. I was thinking that it was gonna be like
Really
loose. Yeah.
Like throwing a weenie in a fucking hallway? I mean, I didn't tear. I tore a tiny little bit, but it was like a little tiny little thing.
Do you feel like a bad mom when you get high?
Never. I'm like, dude, weed is just, I don't know, weed is my savior. I have a totally different perspective when I smoke. I've tried drinking alcohol, but now I just kind of can't really fuck with alcohol like that no more. It makes my stomach hurt, and weed just makes me hungry. But no, I never feel like a bad mom. And you shouldn't let somebody else tell you that you're a bad mom because you smoke weed. Like, usually the people that talk shit on weed are people that don't smoke and don't have the balls to smoke and don't even know what it's like to feel high. That's usually the people that talk shit.
Has the sex life with your boyfriend changed?
Well, my sex life kind of changed when I was pregnant because I was like always had asco.
I could answer this. Before the baby, we used to do it a lot. Now it's slowed down.
A lot.
And it's not that I don't love you. It's definitely not that. It's just that I don't know.
I think it's just when he's.
It's not, but I don't see it as a bad thing.
I know. I think it's just kind of a part of it. I'm not like. I'm not like, oh, I didn't have sex this week. I'm sad. I don't really care about that. I don't know. It's not something that I need like a necessity.
What? After having your baby, did your relationship with your hubby get better or worse?
Neither. I think we just stumbled across like a lot of bumps in the road, but I think our relationship was really secure for us to like surpass those little bumps in the roads. But I can tell you this, if I would have had a baby with a fuckboy that I used to fuck around with back in the day, it would have been a fucking mess. Bad. Because he's the one that kind of keeps me in check sometimes because I'm an emotional ass mess. And he's kind of like the shoulder that I used to cry on. Right? I mean, do you agree with me or like not?
I wasn't paying attention.
Alright, cool.
Did you want a boy or a girl?
I wanted a boy.
Do you ever get separation anxiety when you're not with him?
I do when it's reached like the second day. But for the most part, when my mom has him, I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank the Lord. Because it's just too much. My kid is really wild. You agree, right? You feel like he's wild? I think he's wild for his age. Wild.
Like these past two days, it's been different.
And I'm just so tired from work and from taking care of him that I'm like super eager to have my mom take care of him. How do you feel? Do you get separation anxiety?
At times when I think about him, like when I think about it, or you show me a video, like I want to like
hug him for the moment and then give him back. Wow.
Is it worth it? I'm 22, married for 2 years, and I honestly don't know if I'm ready.
Well, if you don't know if you're ready, I don't think you should do it because it's a huge life changer. Like you have to go to bed wanting a baby, wake up wanting a baby, like just want a baby in order for you to have him or her. Because like I said, it's something that like if you were to go into having a baby with that state of mind, like I think you would probably regret it. Like if you were to be in that situation, it's not something that you can look back and regret because you're gonna have your baby there with you. And lots of the times, like babies change people for the better. It changed me for the better, but sometimes I think it's a little difficult to see when you're in that position because it's really, really hard. Because I don't know what it's like to be a single mom. Imagine what it's like to be a single mom. He helps me out so much, like a lot. A lot of people help me out, and I still feel like sometimes I can't breathe.
What was the most unexpected thing about becoming a mom?
how hard it was gonna be. Like you think before when you have a baby, like you're like, I can still travel, I'll still do this. I thought it was easy to travel with the baby, but Mexico kind of showed me that it wasn't. Because I would tell him like, dude, let's just go to Dubai, like let's just go, we'll take him. And he was like, no, dude, like it's gonna be really hard. And I'm like, no, like I kind of had this idea in my head that it was easy. Going to Mexico completely changed my perspective. I think we're gonna have to wait till he's a little bit older. I think that's probably why, because as a baby you need to make sure you have all of their essentials, all their little medicines, like everything that you would take in your diaper bag times 2, because it's Mexico. In Mexico we didn't give him any type of Mexico water. We took all the water bottles from here for a whole week.
She said, I don't know how old your baby is, but my 5-month-old is super embrasilado. It didn't bother me before, but now that I'm working, it gets tough at night. Any tips on how to break this cycle? I feel like a bad mama when I try to let him cry.
When you read that, it kind of took me back to when he was a newborn. Dude, when he was a newborn, he wasn't even a newborn. He was like 3 months, like 2-3 months. Well, that is kind of considered newborn. Dude, he would cry and cry and cry and cry to the point where we just didn't know what he wanted. We tried everything. Every single thing like in the book that you could think of, we tried. So I would just leave him in the crib and he would just cry until I stopped crying myself, because it's just, I was crying at the same time too.
You didn't really let him cry a lot though.
But
Dude.
when you weren't there, I let him cry maybe for like a minute.
Yeah,
that's a long time for a mom, is 1 minute. But I don't really think that there's anything wrong letting your baby cry, but as a mom, you kind of like
feel bad.
You kind of feel bad, and the level of stress that you have when you hear your baby crying and then you're crying and then you feel like fuck, like I fucked up, or just shit like that. What did we do for him to stop being embrasilado? Nothing, right? We just let it pass. We just let the phase pass.
I mean, just buy him toys and then just let him in.
Like, all 5 months.
I mean, let him in. I mean, it's almost, you know. Just let him cry. Don't feel bad. You know. Yeah, don't let him cry forever, but you know, just get him into a little crying cycle, I guess. I don't know, everybody
and just know that it's a phase, and that phase will go away. Because I felt like the walls were closing in on me, like at a certain point in his life, and he just wouldn't be quiet. But I mean, that went away. So that sums up all of the questions for the most part. I feel like I answered the most important ones. I'm gonna go eat pizza right now. Hopefully he gets entertained by the toys that are on the floor, so he can let us eat. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my videos, and thank you for those of you guys who asked the questions on my Instagram. I will see you guys on my next video.